Drugs, cash, and weapons. The FBI says they found all of that in a big gang bust yesterday.
10 people are in custody. The FBI says they're a local branch of the gang called the Bloods. KTVA 11's Lauren Maxwell tells us they've been tied to some violent crimes. Lauren?
Right. Well, according to the FBI, this is an Alaskan gang that has a direct connection to the Bloods gang out of Compton, California. Only this group is based in Anchorage, specifically the Fairview neighborhood. They call themselves Fairview MOB. That stands for Members of Bloods. And authorities say they've been dealing drugs like heroin and meth since at least 2012. Now, that may seem rather recent, but a former APD detective says Anchorage gangs have been around a lot longer than that. The beginning of 2015 was filled with shootings, and police say some were gang-related, including a double murder that happened in mid-January.
We had numerous shootings where we had 40, 50, 60 rounds fired that were all fights between gang members.
For years, Scott Lofthouse was the head of gang intelligence for APD. He saw plenty of gang-related activity.
These guys are dealing drugs, they're doing robberies, they're doing assaults, they're shooting and killing people. Yeah, we absolutely have gang activity in Anchorage. It's just that 90% of the population is not impacted by them, and so the perception is we don't have a gang problem.
Lofthouse says Anchorage has had gangs since at least the 1980s. Oftentimes, they came with families looking for a better life.
Families moving kids out of gang neighborhoods in lower 48, bringing them to Anchorage. And you can take the kid out of the gang neighborhood, but you can't take the gang out of the kid. And so they started forming gangs in Anchorage.
Lofthouse says in Anchorage, you're more likely to see gangs on Facebook than hanging out on the streets, although he says some have left their mark.
And Crip for Life, C4L is Crip for Life.
I asked him if he thinks gangs will continue to be a problem in Anchorage.
It's a choice people make, and that's the lifestyle they choose. So until you can get them to change their decision, change their heart, change their lifestyle, it's going to continue. And you can throw all the money and personnel you want at it. Unless they make that personal choice, it's not going to stop.
Now, the FBI served a number of search warrants yesterday at 6 different locations in Anchorage. They have 10 people in custody, as well as lots of cash, drugs, and weapons that were seized. But they are still on the lookout for one person. That's 25-year-old Delano Williams. He also goes by the name D. Police say he is a gang member involved in drug activity, and anyone who has information is asked to please contact police or the FBI.